exploded in the 60s, and Johnny Unitas was in tune with the time. She passed for more yardage than any quarterback in the 60s, and his last-minute heroics set the standard for quarterbacks of the future. Meanwhile, Bart Starr was leading the Green Bay Packers to 5 NFL titles in a 7-year span. A string of success unequaled before or since. He is still the top-rated passer in postseason history. The first player drafted in 1970 was Terry Bradshaw, whose determination and strong arm helped transform the Pittsburgh Steelers from patsies into champions. The Steelers winning 4 Super Bowls in the decade of the 70s. Roger Staubach took over the Cowboys offense early in the 70s, and he guided them to 2 Super Bowl titles while winning the league passing title 4 times. Then in the 80s, one quarterback rose above the rest. Joe Montana has completed more passes for more yards in the 1980s than any quarterback in any decade in NFL history. He has established himself as the highest-rated passer of all time, while leading the 49ers to 3 Super Bowl titles. How do the greats of the past regard Joe Montana?
Joe Montana is one of the finest quarterbacks, if not the best, who's ever played. His performance merits that statement. He has done it consistently over a long period of time, which is another way of determining it. And I can't say enough nice things about him. He's a joy to watch play.
Right now, Joe Montana is the best quarterback in the game today, this year.
He's smooth, he's smart, he makes the right decisions. And when the pressure's on, Joe Montana is absolutely as good as anybody that's ever played quarterback.
As we turn into the 90s, the LA Rams feel they have a championship-caliber quarterback in Jim Everett, who led the NFL in touchdown passes a year ago and is approaching 4,000 yards this season. Everett has led the Rams past the 49ers in their last 2 meetings, and the teams meet again tonight as the fight for the NFC West title continues on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Well, I'm sitting at home. It's the best seat in the land. Do you know how long I've been a Monday night fan? I remember all the big games, all the trick plays. It's been here for 20 years, and here it's going to stay. I got to get ready, make everything right, because Monday Night Football's coming on tonight. Are you ready for the football and Monday Night Party? Hey, this is Rockin' Randolph Hank, ready to get the good times started. You got to hit 'em, got to dock 'em, get the play called right, because all my rowdy friends are here for Monday night. Everybody's a fan. Hey, this is the biggest party. Yeah, Frank and Al and Dan, they really got it started. Week after week, it's the time that is right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night. Right.
ABC's Monday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Los Angeles Rams. Brought to you by O'Doul's, non-alcoholic brew, brewed like a premium beer to taste like a premium beer. By Norelco Lift and Cut Shavers, we made close comfortable. By Nissan, built for the human race. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken, best wishes for the holiday season.
Anaheim Stadium, Anaheim, California, a sellout crowd on hand as 2 long-time NFL rivals, the 49ers and the Rams, meet in a key NFC matchup. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Gifford. Terrific matchup coming your way tonight. We're glad you are with us. These 2 bitter rivals for over 40 years, perhaps reflecting to some degree the rivalry that actually exists between the 2 cities here in California, San Francisco and Los Angeles. In any event, the 49ers come in 11-2, and they know, even though they clinched a wild card, a win tonight, and they win the Western Division of the NFC once again. They tie up home field advantage through the playoffs, so they have a lot on the line. And the Rams themselves at 9-4 know that if they can win tonight, they will have cinched at least a wild card into the playoffs. But they also know if they win tonight, and the 49ers should slip up next week against either Buffalo and then the following week against Chicago, and they go on, the Rams go on and beat the Jets and their final opponent, the New England Patriots, they will win this division. Both teams tied at 12-4, but they would win on head-and-head because they would have defeated the 49ers twice this season. Now, a lot on the line, as I said, but well, this is a 49er-Ram game, and if there was nothing on the line, it'd be worth sitting in and watching.
It's a great rivalry. I think it's going to be a terrific game. And the funny thing, too, Frank, is that the Rams, I think, have become maybe the most exciting team in the National Football League. And who would have believed it? John Robinson has always loved the run. At USC, he had the 2 Heisman Trophy winners, Marcus Allen and Charles White. Then here with the Rams, he loved the run. He had Eric Dickerson, of course, and then he plugged in White. But now it's become a passing team. And how did it happen? In 1986, they got Jim Everett after Everett was drafted by Houston, couldn't come to terms with the Oilers. In 87, they brought in Ernie Zampese to liven up the offense. Then last year, quietly, they became a passing team. And now they are a passing-dominated team this year. The Rams, under John Robinson, I never thought we'd ever say it or even think it. Think pass first and run second. And, Dan, people are beginning to talk about Jim Everett with Montana-type adjectives, but he still has a long way to go. After all, there still is only one Joe Montana.
And could there possibly be a better compliment if you're a quarterback than to be compared to the great one, Joe Montana? And when I think of Joe Montana, I'm almost a little melancholy because I think of how Frank Sinatra can sing into his later years, and Michener can be prolific, and some of the great masters can paint all their lives, and yet an athlete's life in terms of his work it's finite. And Joe Montana's career, certainly you can see the end out there, and it's almost not fair that such a great player has to quit playing the game. But sooner or later his body will fail him. Right now it's sore ribs. So what do? How do we look at tonight's game? Well, I think it's very simple. We sit back, we relax, and we watch the greatest quarterback the National Football League has ever known having the best year any quarterback has ever had. Pass the popcorn. I'm going to enjoy this one.